Hello, it's Duncan again. I just wanted to update a short video on self-perception after stroke. Something I've been thinking about for a while. Certainly something that helped me. So you can either think of yourself after stroke or any major health issue, specifically brain injury. You can either think of yourself as a victim or as a survivor. And that self-perception does have a big impact on your motivation, your view on things, your ability to overcome any obstacles that you happen to face. When I was in hospital, just before I was discharged, I had a discharge meeting with various health practitioners, physio, occupational therapists, etc. And I referred to myself as a stroke victim, just kind of off the cuff, didn't really think too much about it. And one of the guys pulled me up on it and he goes, "No, you're not a victim, you're a survivor." And I kind of thought it was a bit, I guess, excuse the French, but I thought it was a bit wanky, really. But after that, spoke to a few people, and actually it does make a big difference. If you think of yourself as a victim, everything's a problem. Everything's kind of on the negative side of your perception. Whereas if you think of yourself as a survivor, you can overcome things. Obviously, we've been quite unlucky to have a stroke or any major health issue. But on the other hand, if you think of yourself as a survivor and how lucky you are to survive a stroke, because not everybody gets that opportunity, you can face the world and face challenges with that energy. And not everybody gets that opportunity to test themselves against an obstacle or an issue. So what I would encourage everybody to do is to use that reference for themselves as a stroke survivor and not a stroke victim. It does change your perception and your value about yourself and how you see the outside world. I hope to continue to update more videos. The reason I started this channel was to try and help and encourage stroke survivors with things that have helped me, things that I've learned along the way. And again, getting back to that survivor mindset, it's encouraged me to investigate and push myself more. The main one being getting my driving license back after being told that I'd never drive again because of my left vision loss. I'd accepted that initially and thought, okay, fine, I won't drive again. And I was getting around on public transport and Ubers reasonably well, but obviously it was expensive. And I always wanted to drive again. I used to ride motorbikes when I was much younger, but hadn't for a long time. But I always had the urge and the passion to ride again. I guess once you've ridden a motorbike, you kind of know what I mean. It does get into your skin and it's kind of a bit addictive, I suppose. So I investigated how I could potentially get that back again. Luckily, I found vision therapy and I've posted some videos on that. That's going really well. I'll post some more about that in the future as it's ongoing. The main reason for doing it was to get my license back, which I've now done, but I'm going to continue with the therapy to see how far it can go and see how well it can open up my field of vision. As I say, it's opened significantly and enough to get my license back, but it's still not what it was before. So I'm going to continue with that. Hopefully I'll be able to get some printouts or charts that I can show the improvement. That would make it a bit more meaningful, I suppose, we can see my progression as it's been mapped out. I also want to start doing some motor vlogging. I was intended to do this with my motorbike as I scoot around Perth here, but since coming back from the UK, I've subsequently sold my motorbike and bought a car. So I'll maybe do some car, not reviews, but motor vlogs in my car to show you some of the West Australian scenery and countryside, because it is very nice and very beautiful here. So just to wrap up, think of yourself as a survivor, not a victim. Try and have that positive mental image of yourself and not the negative one. It does make a difference. If you've made it this far, thanks very much for watching. Any comments, questions, put them in the section below and I'll try and get back to you. Anything you'd like to see or hear about in my journey, please let me know. I'm considering writing a book. My cousin, who was in the armed forces in the UK, has just published a book which I haven't read yet, and I thought, well, if he can do it, then I can do it. I'm friends with a guy here in Perth who I found through the internet called Peter Coughlin, who is very inspirational. He's written 2 books, In the Blink of an Eye and In the Blink of an Eye Reborn. I've read his first book where he talks about overcoming locked-in syndrome from his stroke, and it is very, very inspirational. His Reborn second edition, I suppose, or subsequent follow-on book, is about how he's rebuilt his life, and he's now helping people, stroke survivors, but also students, educating occupational therapy students on how they can interact and deal with and help stroke survivors. So I can check those out, have a look at it, and as I say, I'm thinking of writing my own book, and I was mulling around some ideas, and the one that sort of resonated and came into my head was victim or survivor question mark as the title, and that kind of inspired me to, or made the mental kind of connection to do this video. So anyway, thanks for watching. More to follow. 2024, new year, so I hope to be a bit more active and post some more. So thanks very much.